Today I'm going to be ranking online business models in 2026 from worst to best, starting with the F tier. There is no F tier. Here's the thing, if you are starting a business, there's no such thing as a bad business. There are people that are successful with every single one of these businesses, and the fact that you're trying means you're already doing something that other people wouldn't do. So the only thing I have in the F tier is a 9-to-5 job. If you are starting an online business, you are already trying to do something better than what everyone else normally does. So F tier, 9-to-5 jobs. Starting at the C tier, the worst online business model in 2026, and I know I'm gonna get some heat for this, but it's reselling / Amazon FBA. Let me explain. In the past, Amazon FBA might have been one of the better business models, but as it begins to get saturated and Amazon continues to grow slowly, there are more sellers than ever. And because of that, margins are at an all-time low. I had a friend that was selling on Amazon FBA, and this guy was crushing it for many years, made millions of dollars. And now when I asked him what his margins were like, he had to tell me, I'm getting 6%, 7% margins if I'm lucky. So if you want to make $1 million selling Amazon FBA, you would have to do 12 to 13, 14, $15 million in sales. I don't know how I would feel if I had $15 million of sales and the only thing I had to show for it was $1 million. So as far as business model goes, this has one of the lowest margins, lowest profit margins, but it also has bigger startup costs because you're going to have to buy all of these products, take the entire risk to get this 6%. So imagine if you want to make $1 million, you would have to spend about $13 million, $14 million on products just to make $1 million profit, which isn't even worth it at that point. So Amazon FBA is in that C tier list. Does it still work? Are some people still doing it very successfully? 100%. But at the end of the day, it just boils down to who can get the best products, who has the most competitive pricing, and realistically, who has the most money to put up to make do with these small margins. The next worst business, and this one is controversial also, people are going to hate me for this, but it is trading. Yes, trading, whether it's crypto, whether it's stocks, whether it's Forex, it doesn't matter. Trading, one of the worst business models, and technically it's not even a business, it's just a skill that people learn to make money. But did you know that 97% of traders lose money? So most of the time, people that are doing this, the ones that you see on the internet, because I know some of these guys as well, the ones that are really successful, they're big outliers. Because if 97% of people are losing, who's really winning? Well, it's the big institutions. It's the professional traders, the people that have a lot of skill, that have huge bankrolls. One thing I don't like about trading is, unlike any other business model, it's player versus player. Here's what I mean by that. In a business, if I start a business and he starts a business and the industry grows as a whole, we can both make a lot of money and we don't hurt each other. When it comes to trading, someone has to lose, especially when it's short-term trade. So for example, if we're both holding a stock, but I decide to sell for a massive profit, guess what? The price of that stock is going to go down. And if you're still holding that stock, guess what? I might have made a huge profit, but now you're eating that loss. So I make profit, you lose. And what happens is these big institutions, they're swinging millions of dollars, tens of millions of dollars. So when they make 10, 20, $30 million in profit, guess who gets screwed? It's all the little guys. Thousands of people that are holding this stock end up losing that. And what happens is these people get scared. They sell off all the stock. These big whales come in. They buy back all the stocks again. So trading, although it is a real skill that you can learn, and there's a lot of successful traders out there, at the end of the day, it becomes player versus player. So can you make money? 100%. Is it likely? I would say no. And that's why I have trading as one of the worst business models in the C tier. And that brings me to the third business model in the C tier. I'm going to get killed for this again. I know these first three, I came out hot. It is drop shipping. Drop shipping is one of the worst business models. And I want to explain it very, very simply. One, you have to learn way too many skills to succeed in drop shipping. With other business models, you have to learn one thing. Even with trading, you just learn how to trade. With drop shipping, you have to learn how to build a website. You have to learn how to do product research. You have to learn how to do the marketing, do the advertising. You have to do customer support. You have to do fulfillment. You have to do returns. So a lot of the times you're doing all of this, but the second part is the profit margin is so tiny. With dropshipping stores, again, because you're competing with other businesses, oftentimes you're looking at a 10, 20, 30% margin at most with most products. So you're learning 5 different skills to make 20% margin. If your product is, let's say $50, you're going to make $10 per sale. So in order for you to make $100, you have to sell 10 products. You want to make $1,000, you have to sell 100 products. It doesn't work out that way. And you're going to have to, if you want to make $1 million and become a millionaire drop shipping, it's a little bit harder because now you have to sell thousands of products, hundreds of thousands of products in order to become a millionaire. In the past, what would happen is a lot of people weren't really alert to drop shipping. They weren't hip to drop shipping. It wasn't as popular as it is now. So people would drop ship and most people wouldn't know. They would just buy from a random store. But now what happens is people know what drop shipping is. When they see an ad or they see some marketing, they check the website and they instantly get a red flag if the brand doesn't look reputable. So if you're not doing it perfect, where you're making it look like a really big brand, you are going to lose because they're going to look it up. They're going to realize it's drop shipping and they're going to buy it for way cheaper on Amazon from one of these Amazon sellers who gets 6% margin on it. So the last business I have in the C tier is drop shipping. You just have to do way too much work for not a huge amount of return. On top of that, depending on how you market it, depending on what your products are, you have to spend money as well. So there is an upfront cost. If you notice one thing about all of these businesses, there is minimal upside with an upfront cost. You want the complete opposite. As we go down this list, you're going to start to see that there's less downside and more upside. When you work like that and operate like that, those are going to be the best business models to choose from. Which brings us to the B tier. My first B tier business is TikTok Shop. You've probably heard of it. It's hot right now. I don't know if it's going to be hot forever, but it seems like it is. TikTok Shop is when people create content that drives sales to a product and they get commissions. And recently, you've been seeing a lot of people that are making hundreds of thousands of dollars per month with TikTok Shop. And the reason that this happens is because the algorithm allows products to go viral or videos to go viral because TikTok wants these TikTok Shop videos to go viral because they get a piece of all of it. So they're promoting these more. They actually like when people have a product that goes viral because they get a cut because they buy it from the TikTok Shop. And you see a lot of creators that are doing this. So TikTok Shop is a little bit better than the other ones because it's a lot easier to start. It doesn't cost any money to start because you're selling another company's products. The only reason it's in the B tier is because you're not actually building anything. So you don't get anything. After you get a sale, you get a commission. That's it. You didn't build any long-term business there. So TikTok Shop is great, but there's not really a way out. It's going to be a never-ending hamster wheel. Well, yeah, you can make a lot of money, but you have to rely on going viral or finding a good product to advertise. And you're going to keep doing this forever. So you don't want your income based on something that you don't know how it's going to pan out. And you could be really good, but even then, everyone has bad months. So when it comes to B-tier businesses, I got TikTok Shop in there. So not expensive to start, but also a little bit unpredictable. Which leads me to the next business model in this B tier list, which is similar to TikTok Shop. It's affiliate marketing. TikTok Shop is essentially just affiliate marketing, but only on TikTok. Affiliate marketing as a whole is just marketing for other businesses and products and getting a commission off of it. And I know some really, really successful affiliate marketers who've built a massive business around it, massive email list. They've sold dozens of products or thousands of products everywhere, and they're making tens of millions of dollars. But the reason I personally don't like affiliate marketing is because, again, you're not building anything that you can exit, that you can sell. So if you're an affiliate marketer, you're selling other people's products. You're not really building your business. You might be building your contact list, which is great. But at the end of the day, when you want to sell or exit a business for hundreds of millions of dollars, these people that buy that business are going to be looking for real customers, not just people that are signed up to your email list, not just people that have bought someone else's product. They look for customers of your business. In affiliate marketing, you're not really doing that. You're pushing all of this traffic to other people's businesses. So you're building other people's businesses for a commission, and you can make a lot of money, and it can be somewhat reliable, unlike TikTok Shop, but you're not building any sort of business with enterprise value. So for that reason, it is in the B tier of online business models. And the online business model at the very top of the B tier, and I was kind of on the fence with this. I wasn't really sure where to put this because it's kind of like borderline B tier, kind of A tier, but that is content creation. Now, content creation is a tricky one because if you are good at it, you can become a billionaire. The upside is massive. If you look at people like Mr. Beast or Logan Paul or Jake Paul, these creators have created a mainstream brand as a content creator. And that's what happens if you're good. The issue with content creation is you have to cut through all of the noise online. If you scroll on TikTok or even on YouTube right now, I guarantee you're going to see all of these videos on YouTube of people making videos like this. I have to cut through the noise. I wouldn't be surprised if this video gets 100 views. Knock on wood, never going to happen. But if this video were to get 100 views, I wouldn't be surprised. And that's the downside of content creation. So Julio sitting behind the camera, for example, the way he gets paid, he gets bonuses based on how videos perform. Me and Julio have made like 10, 15, 20 videos together. None of them have done really well. And that's one of the downsides with content creation. You could work and create hundreds of pieces of content, but if it's not very good, it doesn't get views, you don't make any money. So it's hard to break through when it comes to content, but once you figure it out, once you dial it in, here's what happens. It becomes an A-tier business. So content creation is a B-tier business, but because of that potential upside, I'm gonna throw it in the A-tier. Your first A-tier business, content creation. Now, our A-tier businesses, these are really popular also, and I actually really like these because they don't have any upfront costs and you can make money relatively quickly and a lot of it. My first A-tier business is high ticket sales. Again, while it's not a business, it is a lot easier and probably the easiest skill to learn on all of these. The reason high ticket sales is so popular right now is because you don't have to learn anything on the computer. You don't have to be super genius to figure it out. All you have to do is pick up the phone, get on the phone, close the deal, get a commission. It's easy to understand. It's easy to learn. Anyone can do it. You can literally make money today, which is why high ticket sales is great. The only downside is that you're not building anything. Again, if you notice with a lot of these, the reason I don't have them in that S tier and they're a little bit further along is because you're not building any long-term business. So high ticket sales is great. I know a lot of high ticket salespeople that make a lot of money, but at the end of the day, they will never be able to separate their time from how they make money. The goal of any business is to make money without having to spend any time doing it. Stop trading your time for money. But when you're in high ticket sales, you're not able to do that. You have to continuously grind for your money. No matter how much you make, even if you're making $250,000 per year, you still have to work for that money. It's still a job. It's a hamster wheel, but it's a golden hamster wheel. So sales is great because it's one of the easiest skills to learn, if not the easiest business to get into, one of the easiest ways to make money, but there's no long-term future for that outside of just using it to make money. So for that reason, high ticket sales is in the A tier, and the next business in the A tier is somewhat similar, not really, but it's real estate wholesaling. For those of you that don't know what real estate wholesaling is, it's another one of these businesses that doesn't cost anything to start. Most of these businesses at the top, they're not going to cost anything to start because if you are broke, your goal is to be able to make money without having to spend money. I think the issue is when people are broke, they try and save their money to then, because they think they need money to start a business, they lose it because they have no experience and they get discouraged and they quit. So your goal, if you're a complete beginner in 2026, you want to make money, find business models that don't cost anything with low upfront costs, because at that point, you're just using your time. And if you're not making any money, your time is not very valuable, right? In the beginning, you have to use your time to learn a skill so that you can charge more for your time. And we're going to go into this a little bit more with these S-tier businesses. But the reason I bring this up is because real estate wholesaling is exactly that. That's when you find buyers or sellers for real estate properties. So you would get one of these properties under contract for a certain amount. Let's say there's a house that's $290,000 being sold. You would put it under contract for $300,000. You would find a buyer for $300,000, right? They buy $300,000. You keep that $10,000 in the middle. So you're essentially almost drop shipping houses. But instead of having a market for this, you can do it with your energy, your effort. You can cold call, you can send emails, you can post flyers. I don't know if you guys ever walk around. For me, growing up, the neighborhood I was in, I would always see these flyers on the street that say like buying and selling houses, call this number. These are all real estate wholesalers. So they're making a lot of money. And what's cool about this, again, it doesn't cost anything to start. It's just a skill you have to learn. But these deals can be massive. I know a guy who made $45,000 from one real estate wholesale deal. So the upside is crazy because you can close one deal, make 40 grand, 50 grand, right? I know people that are doing 2-3 of these deals every single month, making a bunch of money. So it's a skill that you can learn to make a bunch of money quickly, and it doesn't cost anything up front. That is real estate wholesaling. And now we get to the good stuff. Our S tier. These, in my opinion, are the best businesses to start for beginners, and there's specific reasons why. So when you're broke, you have to think about it like this. You have no money. I know for me, when I was broke, I had no money. The first thing I thought about was, how can I get rich people to give me money? How can I get the money from the rich people? How can we transfer that wealth? Well, who are the rich people? You have to find them, right? I instantly thought doctors, dentists, lawyers. What do these people need from me that they would pay me for? And that's what kind of all these S-tier businesses are. It's an ability to, even though you have no experience, no degree, you can learn a skill that is very valuable to rich people that they will pay you an outsized amount of money for. Here, let me explain. The first S-tier business is copywriting. For those of you that don't know what copywriting is, it's essentially writing down all of the text on websites, all the text in email blasts, all of the text on ads. It's all of that writing. And what's really cool, you can do this from home at a computer you don't have to see anyone ever. I love businesses that you can do from home where you don't have to talk to people. Like high ticket sales, content creation, you still have to be on camera or you still have to talk to someone. But something like this, you can literally do it from your computer. Don't talk to anyone. So if you're introverted, it's perfect. So I like copywriting for that reason. The only reason I don't like copywriting and I like this next S-tier business better is because most of the time, copywriting is included in this next business. And that business, you may have guessed it. If you're watching this video, you know me. It's the business that made me a millionaire at 24 years old. It is social media marketing. One of the best businesses that you can start. As a matter of fact, right? If you don't believe me, I know coming from me, you're like, well, you're biased. That's what made you rich. Obviously, you're going to say that. I went and I asked ChatGPT. I put all of these in there and I said, what is the best business to start? In ChatGPT, right? And I had friends do it as well to make sure it wasn't biased based on our profiles. And it gave me the same answer every single time. It always said social media marketing. For a few simple reasons. It doesn't cost anything to start. It's a skill that you can make a lot of money and the demand is incredibly high. I want you to think about every single business, local business around you right now that doesn't need help with social media. And here's the thing, local restaurants, local gyms, local salons, they can't afford ads on the radio. They can't afford ads on the TV. They can't afford billboards. But you know what they can afford? They can afford social media. They can afford getting ads on social media. They can afford posting content. It's one of the best ways to get business, to get customers for smaller businesses. So the demand is incredibly high, which makes social media marketing one of the best business models because all you have to do is learn a skill and think about it. You don't have to do any of the hard stuff in the business. With all this other stuff, like drop shipping, for example, you have to learn the entire business, the product, the website, the fulfillment, the shipping. With social media marketing, the reason it's great is because you just take care of one part of the business, the marketing, and they take care of everything else. They take care of the customer service, fulfilling on their promise, their service, their product, whatever it is you advertise for. They're doing all the work. All you're doing is marketing and you're getting paid for it. And unlike other business models, you get paid every single month. So you're handling their marketing essentially. They're paying you every single month and it takes very little time when you get good. So the amount of money you make is crazy compared to how much you work. I had a client. They paid me $4,000 per month. This was the deal. This is a couple years ago. I worked about 2 hours in the beginning to set up all of their ad campaigns, optimize their website, right? Pretty much build their social media marketing. And after that, it took me about 5 minutes a day just to look at how their ads were performing. And because they were getting so many sales from my marketing, they didn't really check in. They didn't care if I was like grinding every single day. So for the next 11 months, they were paying me $4,000 per month. The ads were working, so I didn't really have to touch it. I think every month I would do like an hour of work and I'm making $4,000 a month because of how I built it out. So social media marketing, in my opinion, is one of the best businesses. Again, I could be biased, but I suggest you do your own research. You don't need any money to start. It's a service that you can get paid a lot of money for and it's really in demand. You have to learn one skill. So I think that's the shortest way for someone to make money. Again, I have a live class that teaches that for free. If you want to click the link in the bio, you can learn it completely for free, just so you can really see what I'm talking about. Like I literally build all this stuff in front of you and you start to realize how insane it is. I've blown people's minds with this. But there is one business that I think is emerging and it is currently above social media marketing, SMMA on the S tier list. And that business is AI automation. I think right now with the hype around AI, businesses want it and it's replacing employees. It's replaced employees in my own business. This is how I know this. So AI automation might be in even more demand than social media marketing. And businesses are willing to spend a lot of money on it because it's replacing employees. For example, social media marketing, a business might not really see the value in it. They might give you $1,000, $2,000 a month, right? With AI automation, hey, we can replace your receptionist with an AI receptionist. We'll do it for $5,000. These businesses jump on that because they're paying these receptionists $4,000 a month. What? You're saying I could replace them with AI? 100%, let's do it. Hey, we can automate your fulfillment process with AI. Hey, we can automate your customer service with AI. If you can bring these AI automation systems to businesses, they're willing to spend a lot of money on it. And right now, because the hype is so high, I would put it as the highest business model on our tier list. It is in the S tier for sure. Hopefully this makes sense. Hopefully this gave you guys a lot of clarity. I know a lot of times we see all these businesses, we don't know which one to choose. So I hope that this made sense for you. I hope this helps you out. And if you're looking to start a business, again, you can look into social media marketing. I have a free class, but you're more than welcome to check out any of these other businesses as well. I think as long as you are doing something you are headed in the right direction. So you don't have to take my opinion too serious. I just shared my thoughts, but let me know what you think in the comments, and I will see you guys in the next video. Appreciate you guys. Peace.